gentlemen, welcome to the GamerZone. The zone for gamers and me. And also, maybe you. Possibly.
No.
Oh, wow.
What is this intro?
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
see,
gotta, I
man.
gotta keep the people, interested, Dean. Gotta
You
keep them
didn't
interested.
even remind them that we are the third world's biggest Kurt Cobain conspiracy theory and video game podcast.
Yeah,
You
but
didn't even.
that's because of the fact that you're here, and I knew you would do that for me, like you just did. You're playing into my seventh dimensional chess right now,
So what
Dean.
I'm understanding is Andy's lazy.
I mean, I don't call
Mhm.
planning out an incredible stream like a bunch of, like placing out like a million little dominoes that would fall just the right way so they would start my model train so it would go by and
Snore,
the conductor would wave.
snore,
Wow,
snoozing
okay.
over here from
Wow.
your lack of effort.
Wow.
What
You're
what,
gonna
what do you
be
do?
that way.
Wow.
What do you even do? Like look up all the things so we don't have to?
Yes.
What? What?
I see.
What?
That's always what he does, man.
Unbelievable.
Oh
Wonderful.
boy. Well, ladies and gents, welcome to episode 14 of the GamerZone podcast. This episode is titled Apple versus Epic versus the World.
And the
Um,
Wu-Tang Clan.
and also the Wu-Tang Clan, actually, while we're at it, just for good measure. Um,
Oh
uh,
my goodness.
Now, oops, let me swap this out on the podcast screen. We had right before the show got going, we had a little dropout there. I love you, Matthew,
Uh-oh. Rip.
even if you're dead.
Him and his even though he has an outdated thing. So it's been 1 month ago since we've streamed. So this is the monthly checkup, I guess.
1 month. 1 month,
Yeah,
huh?
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago when I forgot, fell asleep on the day that I was supposed to turn in the drawings you see on screen now.
Yeah.
Yep.
uh,
Yeah.
so it feels good to use them finally.
Absolutely. And last week, I mean, this crazy guy streamed on this channel for like 6.5 hours, starting at 5 a.m. So,
That's right. Anyone that plays like dumb Final Fantasy themed MMOs should be removed from the site.
hmm. Yeah, we'll
I
think
mean,
about
I
that.
don't know about
they're
that
lame.
one. Though I am down for just like nothing but Xenoverse 2 streams from here on out.
Hmm.
Yo, I heard you like Spirit Bomb, so we got 3 of them.
Heard you like
We were playing
Spirit
a lot of
Bomb.
that just before we started.
Yeah, I heard you liked Spirit Bomb, so we put some Spirit Bomb in your Spirit Bomb.
Literally. Oh my
That
goodness.
reminds me, there's actually an energy drink that's called Spirit Bomb. It's themed after Dragon Ball,
Yeah, I
obviously.
don't think they could get away with it without it be.
Yeah,
I,
it was actually pretty good, not gonna lie.
I
All
like to
right.
think about the world of themed drinks every now and again, and I think about there was a brand of lemonade. I think it was I want to say it was in Spain or something, and it was called John Lemon.
John Lemon.
John Lennon's estate sued them for like $1 million.
Oh my goodness. Imagine being
Oh yeah,
imagine
imagine. Yeah, sure.
imagine living and then after you're dead someone makes an off-brand lemonade based on your name.
Imagine all the people. Oh man.
You know what's funny? I was actually not thinking of I was thinking of for some reason I was thinking of the Russian guy.
What?
I don't know why I was thinking of Lenin for some reason.
Oh yeah, Lennon. He was in the Beatles, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was like, wow, what an interesting yeah, what an interesting thing to make fun of this world leader.
Yeah.
Like, no wonder he got sued.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, wait. That's the Beetle.
Yeah,
um,
I was thinking, oh crap, he didn't get the Imagine reference. I've got to sing it.
no, it's like, what do you mean? Imagine? I'm talking about a Russian czar. I
Oh,
did get it though.
good.
I'm just stupid.
Don't worry, I'm also stupid, man.
Hey, don't worry. I got enough stupid to go around.
No, I don't.
Oh
Okay,
man,
well in that case, you can have all of mine. I'm now the smartest person in the call.
I
Oh.
the name. I was about to say the name of this podcast is going to change to the Three
I'm
Stooges.
gonna. I'm not gonna be a part of this.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure that name's already taken. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know why, but I get that feeling that it's been used before.
Yeah, not like I can really say anything about using names that aren't taken already, but
GamerZone.
Can't
yeah,
believe there's other people with the name Andy.
can't believe it.
What? You're right.
Oh man. So how are you guys doing? Before we get started, and we're gonna be talking about quite a few things today. But how's your week been?
Not
Video
long
game.
enough.
Been playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah, we'll be talking
Wow.
about a little bit of that later tonight. Um,
It's gonna be hard to talk about that and not talk about spoilers.
True.
It's gonna be really
Andy
difficult.
already played the entirety of all the spoilers of the new stuff.
Yeah,
So
but
That was in a dedicated video for
yeah,
it,
that was in a stream titled 5.3,
which was also marked with spoiler
true.
warnings.
and I didn't even watch that.
Same.
I was doing 5.3. Still
Oh
can't get
man.
over the fact that you got up at like 4 in the morning just to play that.
The things I do for the views. All three
Oh
of
my
them.
goodness, all three of no, it's fine. Um, honestly, it's just weird being on the podcast again.
Yeah,
Like I
no,
said, monthly now.
honestly, yeah. And it's something that's like, it's life. It doesn't always work out the way you want it to.
We just get distracted.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not really like motivation. It's more like oh shit, it's Tuesday.
I gotta say the
Forgot.
weirdest part is doing them earlier now, which I think is probably going to be more of a regular thing because I have fewer brain problems the closer I am to sunshine. So, if I
Yeah.
just move that a little bit earlier, things will go a whole heck of a lot smoother, I think.
Yeah. Uh.
Mm.
Yeah. It's definitely just like we're getting back on it. We're getting back
Yeah,
on it. All
getting back
right.
on the grind, my
We in
friends.
fact have a bunch of topics lined up about video games. We might talk about them.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe, maybe.
So sorry in advance.
Yeah, sorry, we're gonna talk about video games on the GamerZone podcast. Yeah, apologizing right now. Hope you're okay with that. Just got to get
Yeah,
your approval first.
I'd love
Yeah, I
to
don't
sit
know,
here all
man.
day and talk about fur seals, like how they're cute, how they have little ears. You know, stop throwing shit in the ocean.
Yeah,
They don't need a soccer shirt from Brazil.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to get some environmentalism in here.
Yeah, I haven't played Final Fantasy VII yet, so I think that's how it goes.
What have we done to Mother Earth?
What have we done to Mother Earth?
Uh,
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what. Oh wow, everything's delayed. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can talk a little bit about that later, though. But
Late.
yeah, yeah,
Go
yeah.
for
We
it.
we got we got to delay that discussion, Dean.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to think about that. Don't do that to me.
Ah, so first topic of the night in our show notes is the motherload, I think. I refer to this one internally as Apple versus Epic versus Google versus the Wu-Tang Clan, okay? Maybe
Wow,
not that last one.
you're getting the juicy bit out of the way so people can stop watching early, I see.
Hmm. I think this
Uh
is one that we can talk about for a little bit here. So
yeah,
I want to
it's
ask first off, like, how familiar are you two with the whole thing between Epic and Apple and Google right now?
so
I know enough.
uh I was with you when it was first like as it was happening, like the first shots were fired,
Mm-hmm.
and I was paying more attention to Final Fantasy at the time, but like it's after that first bit, I don't know how they've escalated since then, but I do know of the initial booting off this thing, the updates, all
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Past that, I'm not too familiar, but probably a lot of online arguing.
Yeah, definitely a lot of online arguing. I guess the
Yeah.
easiest kind of way to start with the story for someone who isn't initiated is that the Apple App Store on iOS and Macintosh, and also the Google Play Store on Android,
Mhm.
both of them take a 30% cut of all, and that all means all revenue, especially in Apple's case, though Google is a little more lenient from time to time, of revenue made with the applications that are distributed on there. And this is an
The
industry,
in-app purchases.
yeah, in-app purchases as well as purchases of the apps themselves. And this is really an industry standard. Steam does the exact same thing, for
Hmm.
example, and that was one of the things that when Epic, not Epic, wow, launched the Epic Games Store a couple years ago. One of the things they were really hammering on is you do not have that 30% cut. They kept trying to sell themselves to developers as you do not have that 30% cut. We don't need your money, or at least that much of it. Which,
Yeah,
I'll be fair here, a 30%
that
cut is really bad. Uh,
it's huge.
yeah.
Uh,
There are developers who don't get as much of a chunk as that as in royalties,
yeah,
assuming
there's
they even
developers
get
who
them.
don't. Yeah, who don't even get it to
Right,
begin with.
right. And that is a pretty chunk of change, especially when,
Yeah.
you're distributing millions of dollars of sales in
Yeah.
in-app purchases.
When the default price for every video game is now $60. What is 30% of 60? Is that $20? That's 33. That's like $18 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. And then you have the cuts that get split then between the publishers and the actual development team, as well as whatever gets siphoned off to fund a different title, be it the sequel to that game or the
Hmm.
next thing. Um, and it's a lot of money piling up. And you have to ask
It
yourself
is.
the question at one point after doing the math on how much data storage costs and how much bandwidth would cost, if that 30% cut is really necessary for a lot of these
A
stores and
cut.
applications.
I, I'd say a cut is necessary.
Well, a cut
Uh,
is absolutely necessary to begin with. I mean, why would I host a
yeah.
store if I can't make any money off of it?
Hmm.
However, there is a point where you can absolutely say that the cut is excessive.
What's the?
30% by all means is.
I know Steam has. Valve has a cut from the Steam community market. What is it, like a 10% of everything on the market goes to Valve directly?
That sounds about right. I know there's a cut on there that gets split between the devs and Valve, and then the person actually selling the item. Um,
Hmm.
but then you have the actual Steam sales, which for applications and DLC and what have you on Steam, and that's where things start to get that 30% cut.
Yeah, they start to get fucky.
Right. And I want to say that the cut on EGS right now, I want to say it's 15 or 10%, which is
Hmm.
far more manageable. Um,
Yeah,
and it's like, it's still something, but yes, you do need something. Um,
thirty
especially.
percent's a lot.
Right, right. Like, there was a point in time where I would say that is perfectly reasonable for the market at the time, given what companies you were dealing with. But as you start to bring in more and more independent developers, that just keeps eating and eating and eating away at their sales, and you start to see where the popularity of services such as itch.io, which gives you the option to give absolutely no cuts of your sales to itch if you so desire. You start to see a lot of the appeal for platforms like that.
Hmm.
Um, but Epic, though, has been hammering on this talking point for a while now. Like I said, they've done it since EGS first launched, and now they decided that they would. I believe this began.
Take the fight to Apple.
Yeah, yeah, and Google as well. What they had
Hmm.
announced was Epic Direct Payments, where you could buy Fortnite V-Bucks for a cheaper price. This cheaper price was, wink wink, 30% cheaper. It gave absolutely no cut of sales to Apple or Google. This is available on all platforms, be it console or PC or mobile. And now
Well,
you see
yeah.
where a certain company located in Cupertino starts to rub their hands together and cackle maniacally. Or maybe a little
Yeah,
less dramatic than that.
skipping the theatrics. Basically, they caught on really fast and booted them expectedly. Uh, because, like, they're breaking terms of services.
Hmm.
So, and then Epic Games, taking its army of 10-year-olds, uh, proceeds to go to Twitter.
Oh, Twitter, also known as where the wild things roam.
Yeah, and it's very interesting how they do this. Is they say it's an unwarranted like attack on on Fortnite because they removed it from their stores. The gall of them, the gall.
Oh,
They have no reason.
might
Oh
God
no, I'm
forgive
taking
them.
your theatrics. I think taking your thing now. But yeah, they shot first and proceeds and when Apple did anything, they decided to do it because it's a very weird thing, and now they're just taking like pot shots against each other. I'm assuming. I haven't, like I said, I've only
Well,
really
Apple's
caught
not
up.
really taking many pot shots here. What's happening is Epic, when they first did this whole shebang, there was a 65-page legal document that they drafted up for when they this whole thing. They like tried to act like they were setting a trap here. What they
Hmm.
basically did was, um, imagine for a moment that somebody goes into a bar that has a sign on the door that's clearly marked "No weapons allowed." He walks in, waves a gun around, and the second he's kicked out of the bar, he starts shouting about how they're infringing upon his rights. That is
Yeah,
effectively what Epic is doing here, except with a massive PR campaign and, like you said, a legion of 10-year-olds willing to listen.
yeah, literally. They broke the terms of services and then start calling Apple off on things that honestly are true, calling them out on like shady stuff.
Well,
I
yeah,
hate
it's
to
like,
say that.
okay, you go on.
I I hate to say that I'm with Epic Games on this, even though because they're both pretty bad companies. Apple is far worse
Yeah,
with its potential and things it's done, sort of thing. So, uh,
well, I mean, I think the
like
way to put this is Alien versus Predator.
pretty much.
And in this case, I'm not sure if I would count Alien or Apple as the predator yet.
Yeah,
Um,
right now
but
it's America versus the USSR, and we're Switzerland right in the middle.
that's a
Like
more interesting comparison.
it's just something.
I just think of Alien versus Predator because the tagline was "Whoever wins, we lose."
Yeah,
Though it's like the thing that really gets me about it all is, does Apple manage their stores fairly? The answer is no. Um, Most
they. I don't
recently,
think it's. I don't think it's possible for them to manage their stores.
it is completely possible for them to manage their stores. The thing is, when Apple, the company, steps in to manage their store, they do it very much unfairly.
Yeah,
They recently did not allow Microsoft's Project X Cloud on the platform because they said Apple must manually review all games before publishing them on xCloud. Okay, do they do this to Netflix? The answer is no. Does Apple manually review every single YouTube video uploaded to the YouTube app before they go and let the app on the platform? The answer is no. Does Apple review every Twitch stream before letting Twitch on the platform? The answer is
it's
no.
physically impossible to do all of those. You can't review every Steam game. You can't review every YouTube video, every Netflix movie. It's just literally impossible.
Right. So their argument there with xCloud that we can't let you on our platform because we would have to manually review every single thing you put up on there is ridiculous when you have other applications on there that are already there that it falls into the same category of content streaming, that they are not going to allow because probably because they view it as a threat to Apple Arcade more than anything else. And people like to throw the word monopoly around a lot. They don't know what it means more than they would. Um,
Google is fighting against Apple, which is fighting against a bunch of stuff.
mhm, mhm.
No
Yeah.
monopoly
I,
here.
I would say that we do not have a monopoly. However, we do absolutely have a duopoly. If that's a word.
Tycoons.
Yeah, yeah. But
we got Roblox tycoons. They've been farming for 8 hours straight.
but like
It's
what really gets me though is like you have to ask yourself the question, especially with regards to Apple, or sorry, with Epic claiming that Apple's 30% cut, which believe me here, I want to say right flat out, that 30% cut is bad. Okay? But should Apple be allowed to have that if they so desire? The answer is yes.
It's their
Here,
platform.
right. And it's like you have to ask yourself the question of if I own a platform, why should I not be able to decide what goes? Now, the problems begin to arise when there are only two dominant platforms. To avoid getting too real on here, every single person that lives in America can feel the effects of when there are only two powers at play.
Topical.
Hey, oh, it's an
Yeah,
election year, fellas. I'm not going to say more than that.
let's not remind ourselves.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this is the thing that like um I would like to say that I've seen coming in the tech world for a while now, because when you have only two powers at play, and this applies to any industry, be it something as silly as video games, something like the tech world, or if we were to get more serious, something like politics, it
It's
becomes this endless slap fight between the two. But at the end of the day, they're not going away, and no competitor can come along and sweep them off their feet. Does that mean they have a monopoly? No. Again, like I believe the term duopoly might even be more accurate. But
I don't think
is
that's an actual word.
I don't think it is either. But regardless, you have two powers that are in control and cannot be challenged. Those two powers make everything around them worse because they can. Because no one is going to stop the two of them, other than maybe the other guy.
Themselves. Yeah. I do think to get back to the actual topic here.
Well, I mean, I would say it does fit in there, though. It's
y-
like it's like Apple having complete and total control over the App Store is not really an issue until you consider that there isn't really anywhere else to go.
yeah,
Uh,
Apple is one of the biggest things on the planet. And right now we have a little spunky, little spunky like actor basically, fighting back.
I wouldn't
And
call him
right,
little. This is
eh,
not David versus Goliath. This is Goliath
no,
versus
it's
Goliath.
actively have infinite money, and so does Apple. But my thing is, I think Apple is more rooted.
Hmm.
It's like Microsoft with
Yeah.
building like things around us, while really Epic Games mostly has is the cultural behind it, like the cultural affection.
Okay. Let's think about it this way. You are right that Apple is larger. Apple
Hmm.
makes a significant amount of money that is I can't remember what
They're
multitude
not
higher it is than
just
Epic's,
apps.
but
Yeah, they
yeah.
are not just apps.
And
They make a lot of
Apple is a company that I can calmly say many people in this country could not live without Apple products and services. And people like to rag on that, but regardless, there's people who build
things.
their whole workflow around that. People
Yep.
who the devices they use are all Apple devices. They're bought into that ecosystem. They're bought into that style of design. Um, and for some people, of course, you can make the argument it's a lifestyle, but that's a topic for another day. Um, when you get into Fortnite, okay, it's a video game that is popular with children, teenagers, and adults. It's got a wide cultural phenomenon. It's very popular
Popular
across.
is.
It's
I
popular
think
worldwide.
popular is a little bit underselling.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, it's basically become the new world order for a couple years. uh,
Let's put it this way: Fortnite is the new Minecraft, which was the new World of Warcraft.
I still think that's underselling it. There's really
And
nothing
Well,
describing
okay.
Fortnite.
Each one was magnitudes larger than the one before it.
Hmm. That's fair. That is true. Minecraft, I think, still is the number one sold game, right?
Probably, but if Fortnite, not the battle
Fortnite's a free
royale
game.
portion, yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like if Fortnite though, if you counted every single battle pass sale, um, as
Minecraft's number
sale
one.
of a game, it would probably challenge Minecraft right now. Let's be honest.
yeah,
Um,
if you count all the microtransactions, it probably
Like the amount of
out.
revenue brought in over the past couple, let's say the past 2 years,
Yeah,
probably
but
dwarfs it. in that
Yeah,
same
to be
period of time.
fair, Minecraft mainly you pay for it once,
Hmm.
To be
unless you get
fair,
like a
though,
realm.
Minecraft does have over 200 million sales. They passed
Yeah,
GTA and Tetris.
Right, right. No,
Like,
but what I'm saying though is like you look at that in the span of 2 years.
yeah, and it's dying down a little bit,
Hmm.
I'd
Hmm.
say,
But I mean, it's
because
always
it's a trend.
yeah, yeah. But that's the thing about all of these; they're all trends. Like World of Warcraft kickstarted the every single Western developer has to make an MMO for God's sake trend.
They World of Warcraft, with its formula, basically created a bunch of just MMOs
Hmm.
that are still basically using the same format to this day.
Wink, wink, nudge,
It's
nudge.
say no more. Uh,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
I completely agree. It reinvented the genre, and it was fantastic. Um, and you can also look at like really, I would say
also
that but when you look at MMOs, World of Warcraft was the thing that changed from that old style of you've got your like Ultima Online, EverQuest, Final Fantasy 11 to the more
yeah.
modern style that you've seen in basically every MMO since WoW.
Yeah, the only
Um,
problem with WoW is, I haven't seen anyone ruin their life with Minecraft.
oh, yeah, we'll have a discussion after the stream.
Nah, World of Warcraft has ruined a lot more lives than a lot of things. Uh, returning to Epic Games, right now it's basically a situation where these two just eldritch beings are, basically arguing. Uh, Epic arguing with Apple, Apple arguing with itself to find out what to say on Twitter before they lose stocks or whatever.
Nah, they
Uh,
don't have to worry about that. They don't have to worry about that. I
they
would say
don't, but
this is a
they
situation
still have
where
that. There's a bunch of dudes in suits in a room discussing like what to say, like
how do
how to
we win
respond
back the 12-year-old market? Wait, we sell $2,000 products for adults.
but right now, I'd say even though they're both terrible, uh, Epic's doing an okay thing of
Mm,
taking on instead of targeting the 10-year-olds. I mean, they're targeting a little. Like, I'm not saying they're good. I'm not gonna become whatever the fans call themselves. I'm not. I'm
I'm a
not gonna become an
Fortniter, are you, Dean?
I'm not gonna become an Epic Games.
I,
EGS
uh,
is for
Cheerleader.
Epic Games, Stan. I'm dabbing in real life right now, but I don't have a webcam, so you can't see that.
Can we get a new host?
I wish.
uh, something I was gonna say though. I was curious to see this, but from what I'm looking at, there's quite a few things, at least franchises that's made more than Fortnite.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
But
Definitely.
look at it over at a 2-year period, though. That's what I'm talking about, not
yeah.
overall.
Oh, okay.
Fortnite actually, even though it makes a bunch of monies using its like in-app purchases,
Hmm.
uh, it's still a free game, and
Yeah.
I think
Though,
that's a huge reason why it became like
yeah.
like kind of the new zeitgeist.
Well, that's the reason that like it quickly overtook like PUBG and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Being free lowers your barrier of entry to none.
Yeah.
Though, what you did say about it making more than Minecraft is true.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
has made more than Minecraft,
I I
at
I,
least
I
as of
I
2019,
believe it.
is
Yeah,
what
I
this says.
believe it. Because Minecraft, it's just the most sold game.
Hmm.
Uh, which is impressive. But
Absolutely.
like even at its peak in like YouTube, it wasn't nowhere near. Now it's just sort of like a game every kid owns because
Yeah.
parents learn that it's like the kids like Minecraft.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
moms figured out get the kid Minecraft and they'll be happy. They'll stop talking to me.
Yeah.
I got Lego
Though,
Worlds. Is that good enough?
yeah,
You're
I
crying
know
into
this is kind of still off topic.
Don't
I just
worry,
thought it was
this entire
interesting
stream has been off
that
topic so
It's been
far.
fun though. It's been fun though.
Go ahead, just shout it.
something I find interesting is Mario is still sitting like as the most sold
Right.
franchise. It's sitting
Yeah.
at $32.4 billion.
Where's these stats coming from?
I'm just looking stuff up.
Okay. Yeah, Mario
But
is.
that's as of 2019 as well. So, but
Has
Fortnite,
Mario officially like beaten Pac-Man with like the most recognizable character in video
I would
games?
say so.
oh,
I would
by
say so.
far, Pac-Man's only at like 14.107 billion.
Okay, because I
Well,
know a few years
Not even
ago,
half.
this could have been 10 years ago. I mean, I don't know. Pac-Man had a much bigger lead,
well, here's the
but then
thing.
again,
Uh,
old people are dying, so that's fair.
That's one way to put it, Dean. I was gonna say if you grew up with the arcades, then yeah, Pac-Man is probably the most recognizable video game character
Yeah,
to you. If you grew up with a Nintendo console, which
I'm
most kids
talking
would,
about. I'm talking about I'm talking about the thing they grew up with, not like the personal.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
you're right. With arcade machines, Pac-Man would have been the top. Like, pretty sure, my granddad would have recognized Pac-Man.
right, right,
Maybe Mario, but definitely Donkey Kong.
yeah. Well, you think about Pac-Man, it's all like sure off topic, whatever. Again, the whole stream has been,
Don't worry,
but
it's the
but
theme
the
of this
thing
episode.
is, Pac-Man design-wise is almost made to be recognizable because they had so little to work with then. And the same goes to Mario. Yes, he's got a very simple design, but
Mario
Pac-Man is the simplest.
Mario's is a weird design in the fact that like because it was the pixel count was so low, they had to
Mhm.
just like mustache and hat. That's recognizable. The most of the effort went into Donkey Kong themselves, and this gets into a little design thing, which the theme of the episode is we have no theme, and
It's like Seinfeld. I'm an artist, Mom.
it's like if I was Nintendo, why would I make my mascot based around like not based around Donkey Kong, which is the thing that sold the products to begin with. And they did a really weird thing making it about Mario,
Hmm.
which is a very weird design if you think about it. Middle aged fat Italian plumber
I
with a
mean,
mustache.
listen. If you live in one of the most incredible cities of America, I'm talking about New York, baby. If you live in New York, a fat Italian man is nothing. It's a common American sight.
Yeah, good thing that our country has now become the New York order. We are all New York now because we like Mario.
I love the old
What?
country, baby.
Mamma mia.
Bruh.
Okay, moving on. No, what I was gonna say though, like earlier about like the epic timeline though, like yeah, hard swerve back on the topic. Screw it, whatever.
Listen, dude, you go on tangents just by if I let you talk, you're gonna be talking about like uh their income and stuff like that,
Yeah,
about
no,
like the
yeah.
plushies.
But no, like what I'm
Uh,
gonna say though about like the timeline though was like Epic like introduced the direct payments 5 or 6 hours later. They get kicked off of the App Store, and 5 minutes
mhm,
after that, they have a brand new animated short airing in Fortnite. They have blog posts. They have a 68-page legal document served with their lawsuit to Apple.
mhm.
And it's like this was very, very, very premeditated.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
it's like they like try to think internally, I'm sure, that this was a big trap they were hoping Apple would fall into, and it's like that goes back to my analogy earlier with the guy waving a gun around in a bar, getting thrown out, and then complaining about his rights.
Yeah, did something wrong and then called out the people calling them out.
And it's like I can say that two things are true. Are true. You should be able to develop and sideload another store onto iOS, just like you can do on Android. It's a
Mhm.
bad idea, just like it is on Android, but you should be allowed to do it. And also, Apple and Google and Valve's 30% cut is too much. Both of those things
Yeah.
are true. And in a sense, I hope that Apple does make some legal headway here in an attempt to get those things down so we can have more open and free platforms. That's true. What isn't
Yeah.
true is most of what Epic is actually saying. Like I wanna
Oh
bring.
no.
Uh,
They're making like they're doing the theme of the current president's kind of strategy of just kind of overblowing a lot of things. I'm not
yeah,
even gonna
that's
get
what
into
I
it.
had said when we were first going over this. But
Yeah.
this is a post from this is the 13th when this all happened, close to a week ago, last Thursday. So this thing is all done with hashtag free Fortnite, and the big thing they're airing is a parody of Apple's old 1984 commercial for one of the original Macintosh models. Um, and the commercial ends with use hashtag free Fortnite to stop 2020 from becoming 1984. I read that line. I threw my monitor out the window, drove to the store, bought a new monitor, installed a new monitor at my house, and smashed my head through my desk, and then ordered a new desk. Because the big thing here is use hashtag free Fortnite to stop
Mm-hmm.
2020 from becoming 1984. Did you read the book? That is
No, they
not what this is about.
no. It's completely nonsensical. It has no relevance on what's
I
actually happening.
I just like
Uh,
okay, listen here. It's like I'm not expecting your average 10-year-old to be reading George
no.
Orwell. This is not aimed
I
at
don't
them. This
even.
is aimed at the adults running the damn company that are trying to say that a totalitarian government is the same as a store having the right to tell you to get out.
Andy, I'm pretty sure the adults who are looking at this haven't even watched the movie, let alone the book.
It hurts.
I don't even know what you guys are talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly. You see what I mean? Like people don't know what it's not like a huge thing. Even though it's a great story, I say great, it's depressing. Uh, even though it's a great story, it's not really it's something you look into if you like literature and stuff like that. But all we do know, all the general public knows is it's a story about like kind of like a V for Vendetta universe, a huge like fascist totalitarian kind of thing. uh, and all people know is like they are abusing their power. We don't have a voice anymore. They're just doing this because they have power, and that's all they care about. They don't care. They're not looking for people
I know.
to actually understand what they mean. They're looking for people to side with them. I do
I
think
know.
it's fun that these two titans are eating each other effectively.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, and I do appreciate that from Epic, just taking the bite out of the big toe of their like Play Store.
Mhm.
I don't know if anything's going to come from this. Probably though,
I
because they're
feel
huge.
like Apple might ease up on some restrictions, but that's a big might because the
Hmm.
thing is, Apple does not need Epic. Epic, I wouldn't say they need Apple, but Apple revenue is a more significant chunk of Epic's revenue than Epic's revenue share to Apple is of Apple's
I
overall
really
revenue.
think this isn't. I don't think this has to do with revenue at all. I think this is just them getting that that no such thing as bad news sort of thing. Like no
Mm,
news. It's just like they're trying to stay relevant. I think.
I mean that doesn't make change though. And I would say that Tim Sweeney
I think
absolutely does think that he's trying to make change here because even if I do have my own personal issues with the man, I do think he thinks that he is doing the right thing with his company right now. Um,
mm, maybe. I think that might just be a side effect. I think a lot of the people that agreed to doing this said more people will be looking at our game, meaning more people will be reminded that hey, we should probably play this game and just see what happens. I think it was
and
just
I
kind of
can't
like.
say that it's just marketing, though I will say Epic's marketing division is going hard here. And
Hmm.
again, though, like back at their blog post for this, which doubles down on everything I find infuriating about their whole attempt here. Like, if they went at this at an honest way, I would not have an
Hmm.
issue with Epic in this whole matter. If they went at it in an honest way and they were like, we're taking legal action to Apple to try and get rid of that 30% cut because that is too much for most developers, even if we can take the hit, the average little guy can't. That's one thing. Then when they
And
go,
it
hashtag free Fortnite. Apple has blocked Fortnite from the App Store, removing everyone's ability to
no,
install and update the game on iOS
it's
devices. Um,
it's very just it's not even trying to hide
yeah.
anything.
Oh, here's the line. Here's the line. Epic has taken legal action to end Apple's anti competitive restrictions on mobile device marketplaces. Papers are available for our August 13th and August 17th filings. Free Fortnite.
Because
Andy, you're
Apple has
complaining of
blocked your ability to update when Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 4 releases. You will not be able to play the new
not
season on iOS. Make your voice heard with hashtag free Fortnite.
Frequently asked questions. Why can't I access Fortnite on iOS?
Apple is blocking your ability to get the latest Fortnite
yeah,
updates.
It's
yeah. We
overblown.
it's everything they say is just nonsense, really. It's just for the people who actually like read that stuff and it's like who are tweeting with the actual hashtag, which I don't even think is still being a thing right now. I
It
don't know.
absolutely is. The thing
It
is
is
that
right now. It's Rip Eminem.
well, the thing about Twitter though is that they've changed their algorithm around so much to stop repeated endless trends from happening.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is because this is a little story here. Once upon a time, the Twitter trending algorithm was just the most tweeted topics and most common hashtags used on the website. So the most common
Mhm.
hashtag for a solid 6 months, if memory serves, was hashtag Justin Bieber because this was at the height of his
Yeah.
popularity. And then they were like, I'm kind of
Maybe
getting
we should change
tired.
this.
Yeah, maybe we should make this so things are less repetitive. So you
Yeah.
don't see hashtag free Fortnite trending every day, even if there's 20, 30, 50,000 tweets a day about it. That's not going to happen because that's no longer a trend. That's a
The
flat
only
line.
way to actually get an identifiable look at the popularity is to go to Twitter itself, look up the hashtag and see how many people are posting it, and you got to compare that every day, see if it's going down or up. And at that point, it's like, why,
Well, the thing is, the
why,
hashtag
why?
doesn't matter as much as the actual
No,
legal action going on right now, though,
no, yeah,
which
it really doesn't.
is really going in a way that I don't believe Epic ever expected. I'm going to open this up here in another tab so I can read this, but this comes from yesterday. Apple has informed Epic Games that it will terminate all their developer accounts and cut Epic off from iOS and Mac development tools on August 28th. I feel like Epic didn't anticipate that, because Epic has filed a court order to stop it. And Epic
I
says
mean,
that included in the tools that Apple will revoke is the Unreal Engine that hundreds of third-party developers use. They say that Apple's actions will irreparably damage Epic's reputation among Fortnite users and be catastrophic for the future of the separate Unreal Engine business. This is, again,
basically,
shooting
yeah.
yourself in the foot and blaming somebody else.
Yeah, Apple acknowledged that all they did was break the rules and then complain that they broke the rules. Uh, and it's really like it's kind of used to this stuff because this is the video game industry where the tagline is don't trust the pre-rendered cutscenes, don't trust the trailers, and don't trust the gameplay trailers.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the same industry, like
This is an industry built on distrust.
pretty much. It's one of the biggest things, and there's a reason like EA has been voted consistently the worst company of the world or whatever.
I still think it's Nestle, but whatever.
It's votes.
I
It's
know, I know.
popularity.
At least they haven't
Uh,
been funding death squads in Africa.
yeah, but they did make us pay for loot boxes that one time. So you win some, you lose some.
I suppose.
But yeah, summary about the whole what is it? Epic Games v Apple v Wu Tang Clan. I
Yeah.
think that's it.
Yeah, I also want
Uh,
to say, by the way, just as an aside, um, Epic is also suing Google for removing them from the Google Play Store for the same reason, in spite of the fact that you can install other stores on Android quite easily. You can
yep,
install Epic's own applications off their website quite easily. They just
yep.
lack the discoverability on Google Play. They have almost no grounds against Google, really, because Android is an open platform.
They just care about that Apple thing.
Right, right. And that's where the bulk of their marketing has gone, because this is where they actually might have a case, which they do not really with Google, I don't believe. Um, if you want to claim that Android is an air quotes monopoly, I mean, good luck. It's a pretty free operating system. You can modify the source code yourself if you so feel it. Um,
And if you're curious about more monopolies, I recommend you play the board game, and also maybe look into history.
yeah, that too.
Maybe we can do that like the Monopoly thing on the GamerZone.
Yeah. GamerZone Monopoly game night. I get to pretend. One of us can pretend to be Tim Cook. The other one gets to
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The other one gets to be Tim Sweeney, and just
Every
brings a
time I
gun to the
play that
table.
game, my family starts yelling at me because I'm aggressive.
We didn't raise you to be a Rockefeller.
Wins the game anyway.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
it's like I said. Summary: two giants eating at each other. Really don't have to worry about it. It's
Whoever
probably going to end
wins,
up
we lose.
if it means that the if you're a little indie developer and this actually lowers the price, then congratulations, they did
Mm-hmm.
actual good. I
Mm-hmm.
still don't trust them, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, what is it about a broken clock twice right, right twice a day sort of thing, twice
Yeah,
right.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't. Yeah.
Um,
Man, I mean, if the clock shoots itself and then blames the guy next to it.
yeah, I think that analogy doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
I mean,
not gonna
clocks
lie,
do
it
have
doesn't.
hands.
they don't. They last time I checked,
Andy.
clocks can't hold Glocks.
I mean, maybe I'm just buying the wrong clocks. Maybe I
I think
shouldn't
you
buy
are.
the ones that stare at me and blink.
That's not a clock.
What?
It's Jordan in your room.
That wasn't what the guy at the creepy old emporium said to me.
Okay. Oh yeah, we also have other topics.
Yeah. Tell you what. Tell you
Oh
what. Dean,
wait,
you wanna go through these
yeah, I
bullet
can.
points?
I'll look at these very interesting topics that are very not indicative of the current year we are living in. Halo Infinite. That the trailer came out not too long ago about that. Oh, it's been delayed, 2021. Well, damn. What about another game? Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I like the original game, and I haven't played the tabletop, but that sounds rad. Oh, it's also been delayed. 2021.
Mm-hmm. I want to know,
To,
by
to
the
be
way.
fair though, the werewolf game was already set to be in 2021, so I wonder if they
That's
are
different
gonna be
devs.
coming out somewhere around.
Different devs.
I know it's different devs, but it's from the same universe,
Yeah,
Mm.
like
same.
game universe.
I
So
will
I
say though,
wonder
by
if
the
they're
way,
they're gonna be coming out a little bit closer now.
but I will say
Vampires.
though, by the way, about Vampire the Masquerade, I think this is the third or fourth time that game has been delayed. I think
I
I'm
haven't been
leaning towards the
following its
fourth.
progress.
It's been delayed like constantly. Every time they get close to a release date, it's knocked out of the park again.
It's starting to sound like
Yeah.
a Duke Nukem Forever situation.
It hasn't been that long. It's been in development. I want to say like
Yeah,
they announced it like a year and a half, maybe 2 years
No.
ago.
Uh,
I am
yeah,
gonna say I'm more excited for the werewolf game compared to the vampire game.
I'm not familiar with it. I
The
haven't been
werewolf
following
game
that
is
company.
it's more of like a hack and slash from what I'm seeing compared to what Vampire the Masquerade is.
The werewolf one is, I think it's called Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Werewolf Apocalypse, something like that.
Yeah, which it's a Eurojank hack and slash by, I think it's developed by Cyanide, which I love Cyanide. They're the little train that could, and then they couldn't anyways, but
Mhm.
they came close enough for me. Um, I'm expecting a game even more broken than Vampire the Masquerade, which is saying something.
The game is put together with Scotch tape, but it's also one of the probably my most favorite like gaming experiences because it's that perfect length. It's that Portal One length kind of crafted experience, and it's a really good RPG.
Oh yeah, completely agreed on all
Combat sucks
accounts.
dick
Yeah, also agreed.
though.
The VTMB one is a phenomenal RPG, and the fact that they got the original writers and a lot of the original team from Troika back on working with
Mhm.
Hardsuit to develop a sequel, yeah, like my interest is piqued. And with every
My,
trailer, it
I'm
looks better and
excited.
better.
I'm
Um,
excited.
I
You know
just
what I'm also excited with? Arcane Studios. That Deathloop game looks really good. I hope it hasn't. Oh, it's been delayed to 2021.
wah, 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 wah.
Oh gosh, I missed the announcement. I only saw it afterwards, but looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I love that style. What is the? Let me look at it online. Deathloop. it's like that '60s sort of thing. Well, no, it's like different.
Yeah, definitely.
It has a very unique
It's
style.
got a '60s look to it, really, but it's a
Yeah, it is.
'60s
Yeah,
spy look. And they
yeah.
announced that at the
It's
PS5 event a little while ago.
that's exactly it. It looks phenomenal. The style, the art team is doing a great job seeing all this stuff. And and Arcane has really fun games.
Hmm.
It's like the Far Cry games for like stealth games.
Hmm.
It's like I'm not saying Far Cry isn't a stealth game. It's a bow game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Too bad it's been delayed though.
Yeah, yeah, too
Again,
bad it's been
like
delayed. I want to talk about the next game though.
yes, I've been looking at that because I haven't. I in fact just recently got the achievement for not playing it for 5 years.
So the Stanley Parable, which was originally a Source mod, which became a Source game, which is now becoming the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, being remade in Unity. Yeah, you know that
Mhm.
game, right? It's been delayed!
Yeah, it's 2021 too, which means it's probably going to come out later than 2021. Uh,
I want to know, by the
Stanley
way.
Parable is an interesting thing. Is like you really can't tell if they need the time or if they're just fucking with you.
Well, here's the
Like,
thing.
Yeah.
Stanley Parable, they announced this on Twitter by riffing on every single delay image lately,
hmm
changing out the name of the actual game to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, and then they made a fake one for Spider-Man Miles Morales, and
oh my
yeah,
goodness.
it's kind of great actually because I saw that and I was like, ah, crap, did they delay that too? And I
Let
then
me,
I and then I looked at it harder and I was like, ah, crap, they're just messing with me.
let me look at this. The team, is it still Galactic Cafe?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Because they're the ones, they're the ones with that the really well made like Stanley Parable. And the game that I have not played, Beginner's Guide.
So
I've
the
heard about it.
okay,
But
so they actually are using a different name now. Or
what are they called now?
actually, I think it's the studio they're working with here. Look at the Twitter. It's called Crows X3. I'm gonna pull this up on screen
Oh,
actually.
that is. I know what that team is. That's the team behind the Counting VR and some other things.
Okay.
Crows is by the same head of Rick and Morty, the same like creator.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I forget his name uh, at the moment, but let me just look up Crows. They make really funny games.
Hmm.
Accounting VR.
Actually,
Uh,
before I go to pull things up on stream, I've got to be careful here because I forgot to change some of the setups for some of my casting things, so I don't actually want to try and go to display capture right now because I have a feeling it's going to start displaying a bunch of chat windows that include my phone number and stuff. So
yeah, don't risk
yeah,
it.
maybe I'm not going to do that on stream
So,
right
but you
now.
can go to stanleyparable.com, which has a pretty funny looking 3D model spinning around.
Hmm. Okay,
Uh,
so let me see here. Copy image.
and it's also yellow.
Save the image.
Yeah. Enough already. I hate asking questions. When can I play this thing? 2019 has been crossed out. 2020 has been crossed out. 2021. That's all they say.
Okay, I got the image up on stream. This was the fake Miles Morales one they did. And until I read the actual text, that was the point where I realized that they were messing with me. But like,
Dear gamers.
yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah. Like for the bit where they
Crows
brought up
might be.
Shigeru Miyamoto, that was the part where I knew a good game is good
yeah.
forever. A bad game should have been delayed.
Um, Crows. I feel like they're publishing it.
Maybe,
I
maybe.
get the feeling because Galactic Cafe is the person behind the team. Also, I might have been wrong again. Crows just maybe worked with the people behind Rick and Morty to make Accounting
Yeah.
VR.
Mm.
Um, they also made a little fun browser game that I've tried out called The Club.
Hmm.
Uh, you should we should try that out. It has I don't know if it has any content to it, but it's a chat room where you're just a randomly generated stock icon or something, and you just chill with other people in a
Huh.
club. It's a very
That sounds pretty
weird
chill.
aesthetic. Here. It's called the Club.zone, which is hilarious now that I look at it. And it's literally a browser game made in Unity, and you can just play in game. You start in a graveyard, and you get randomized names. I just started the game right now. I am called Professor Static, and it looks like I'm a businessman with with a cat head, and I'm just a stock businessman. And every time you look around, your body wiggles. It looks like literally no one is playing this game though, so that's cool.
Huh.
Funny.
Interesting. Yeah, actually, let me see. Window capture. Do not make
Yeah,
source
you want to get
visible
in on here?
automatically.
Yeah, I'm in game.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's
The
let's
club.
let's take a look at
Zone.
this real quick. I have this tab muted. Let me
Oh, I
unmute
think
that,
that's
actually.
you.
Okay.
Are you Boudica?
Yeah.
What's up? We get Jordan on here too.
I feel uncomfortable. I'm leaving.
Yeah, this is the entire. No, come in. Come enjoy the music. The royalty-free music. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Can y'all just send me like a link to it?
I'll send you a rain check. I'm leaving.
Look at the little image up there. We'll play this in our own time. This is a very weird aesthetic. Also,
I just like you. And this. I need to leave. Ugh.
you can toggle 4K mode.
That's enough of that for now.
So that was the club by Crows.
This is why Stanley Parable's been delayed.
Yeah, that is my game of 2020.
Man, I don't know about that one.
Oh, are you in game? I want to get back in here.
No, I'm not.
Oh, damn it.
Oh boy. Well,
I remember when it was announced, I joined it, and it was a full club.
well, a few of the other things that are
Yeah,
on
we got
our
a little
list.
bit more here.
Yeah, we were trying to go for just an hour-long show, though. That Epic discussion went on quite a while.
Yeah,
thankfully.
it's that not talking about Epic discussion and kind of just riffing on whatever we were thinking of at the time.
It's
Kind of went on
fun.
for a while.
We kind of should do that more often.
Skyward Sword.
Yeah, The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I've not heard of this.
Okay, so Amazon UK listed The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for Switch a couple of days ago. There were no images attached to the listing. It was a heavy placeholder listing, except the title was The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and the platform was Nintendo Switch.
So is this the part where we disagree when we talk about how the game was itself?
No, this is the part where we talk about how this could be right or it could be wrong, and then disagree with each other. It just all ends with war.
Yeah, when you talk
it could
about
go either
Skyward,
way.
when you talk about Skyward Sword, all it does is breed conflict because it is probably the only divisive game from Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
Wait, was it really
Twilight
divisive?
Princess.
I wouldn't say that was really divisive.
Yeah,
Wind
I
Waker.
could have sworn
Wind Waker
Wind
was only
Waker I could
divisive
see
for,
it was
for
divisive.
the time it was.
Yeah.
Right now, everyone agrees it was a good game. The only one I could say is probably Breath of the Wild right now.
I would. That's like
'cause of it-
universally.
I thought
Breath of the
well,
Wild
that's
is
why I
being
thought-
universally decided is like a phenomenal game.
I thought that's what it was for the other two games that you mentioned as well. I just thought they were all like good. I didn't
Okay,
realize
yeah,
that
you're
some
probably
people
right.
didn't like.
Yeah. When I say divisive, Skyward Sword is the only one, maybe except for like the 3DS games. It's a main console entry that isn't Zelda 2, and people love to hate on it, and also love to not hate on it.
I
It's a
haven't really
conflicting game.
too much hate for it personally, but I mean, I don't
it's
really look
definitely
into
there.
it that much.
I mean, the thing that
Andy's probably on board of the why would you make motion controls the main gimmick?
I mean, I have mellowed out on motion controls over the years, though I haven't actually played the original Skyward Sword, so I can't comment on how they were integrated. I have certainly mellowed out on them, especially because it's weird. We went from the Wii era where all motion controls were just a gimmick to all of a sudden they're very immersive.
Yeah,
Um,
and it took the Wii about 4 years. When did Wii Motion Plus come out? Motion Plus release.
yeah, Wii
Came
Motion
out
Plus titles were like the ones that didn't do it
2009.
horribly.
So Wii Motion Plus is so they released the Wii, and for the first few years, the motion controls were garbage.
Hmm.
And then Wii Motion Plus came out, and it's like, wow, this is actually what we wanted from the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
With the Wii Sports Resort, with the fencing game, it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to make a mainline Zelda game based around this, the Skyward Sword, and it seems to be 50-50 whether or not people say they could not control it at all or they were just completely fine with it. From my experience, I started enjoying it a lot more the second I got out of my gamer chair and started standing up. So
Your
it's one of those
mileage may
games.
vary.
Yeah, it has a I do think it has a great watercolor aesthetic. The overworld is bland as fuck. Even more bland than like Wind Waker, because Wind Waker had that sense of an epic scale, while Skyward Sword had one gray bit you couldn't go to.
Hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
It's just that, but I think I really enjoyed the game. Story wise, other than it being first in the timeline, not really much I care about. Girahim's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
Girahim
about
is
it.
the element
Interesting
of,
character.
yeah. He's the element from Skyward Sword that most people still talk about, I think.
Yeah, that and Zelda, how it's more like a love connection sort of thing,
Yeah.
more than just implied from before.
Yeah. Because like it's supposed to be
Uh,
the start of the timeline too, and
it is.
yeah, and I like from a story side that what I've heard over the years. I like what I can remember of this
Hmm.
actual story. Um, but yeah, I'm interested to see if it does end up coming to Switch or if this was just like a mislisting. Because like,
I would see if it does come to Switch, it probably could just be a straight port because the Joy Cons.
They do have motion.
okay,
Yeah, Joy Cons are
I'd like to issue a
pretty accurate.
counterpoint. Switch Lite.
Um, Probably. I don't know. I
They
mean,
get F, I guess.
yeah, I guess they get fucked in the A. Uh,
I like how of the two words, the one that you chose to censor there.
yeah. What about it, Andy?
Just
I'll never, I'll,
good
I'll,
choice.
I'll never say the ass word on stream.
just I was thinking of some interesting priorities.
uh, okay, Switch Lite. I think remaking Skyward Sword is just a bad call in general. So,
I mean, if it's
but
not a remake, but it's like, um,
well,
you
but
could,
I think porting it is probably a pretty bad call in general. Because like it's the one that people disagree with the most on,
and the
and
reason they disagree with it for could very much be
it doesn't
reworked.
have it doesn't have a timeless art style like Wind Waker, and it also was relying on a gimmick that we got tired of when it came out.
Hmm.
So, you know.
Hmm.
But yeah, if it happens, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I
Yeah,
still own Skyward Sword. I could just play it if I wanted to.
yeah.
Uh, dust off the old Wii, find a place to put it,
Realize it's in
do some
480.
stretches, and then realize maybe quality isn't everything I care about.
Hmm. Maybe I'd like to see something other than blocks.
It's not Andy over here looking at fucking NES games like, yes, if only this was 4K.
Well, here's the thing, really, with me. It's that my TV does not display non-HD content properly.
That's
So,
probably your problem.
yeah. But
Yeah.
having a console that plays games at a resolution that doesn't cause my TV to go into horrible contrast and have some real awful problems with that would be kind of nice.
That's very specifically an Andy problem, which is a cop out of an
I've tried it
argument.
with two
But
different TVs.
well, then you're very unlucky because things look like things on lower quality machines. They just look like blockier look blurrier things. I wouldn't say blockier. They look blurrier because in consoles, it's all blurred. You can't actually see the pixels really.
Hmm.
For like the Wii, because of like TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Ooh. Basically, it's weird
Hmm.
hearing about Skyward Sword in this year. When did Skyward Sword come out?
It was like 2011, I think.
Uh, 2011. You're right. Yeah. At the end of it too.
My useless
So
trivia skill strikes again.
yeah, like 8.5 years later, we're hearing about this.
Hmm. I mean, I feel like they could very much just like, okay, actually, if it came out in 2011, if they announced that now, opened up pre-orders, and then said release was 2021, that would make it for the 10-year anniversary.
It would.
Which then think over, okay, when was Wind Waker released?
Wind Waker was released, I want to say 2004, but I'm probably wrong.
I can look it up real quick.
Okay, and then I can also look, okay, the original Wind Waker, let's see.
2002.
2002. Okay. Well, Wind Waker HD released in 2013, which the Wii U also released. Wii U released late 2012. Um. But let's
They
see.
probably wanted it to, but
So it's kind of 10 years ish later. Then Twilight Princess HD released 2016. A year that
Mhm.
I was not thinking about the Wii U. And the original The original Twilight Princess was '06, wasn't it? Because the Wii was.
um,
Yeah. Well, it was on GameCube too, wasn't it?
it was
Yeah,
it
but it was
was
a Wii
on
launch
GameCube.
title.
In 2006, November 19th, Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. So roughly 10
Uh,
years later for each of these games. So that would make it a perfect time for Skyward Sword HD. And that would also make it a perfect time for them to bring Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD over, honestly.
yeah, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, this is Nintendo we're talking about. They don't exactly make choices based on rational thinking.
I mean, I want to play those games on Switch, so
That's fair. That's very valid.
because the thing is with Nintendo, when they make each console built around a gimmick for
Hmm.
years, um, all of a sudden having a sensible man's port of Skyward Sword or something that or an HD version of these games that isn't on the Wii U, that'd be pretty nice. Like, I want to
Yeah.
play Wind Waker on my Switch. I want to play Twilight Princess on my Switch. I like Twilight Princess. I have not played enough of Wind Waker to really give you an opinion either way on that one. Um,
The
I would like to
opinion at
change
the
that.
time, yeah, the opinion at that time about Wind Waker was, "Wow, it's not Twilight Princess,"
Well,
or it's like, "Wow,
it
the
wasn't the
trailers
Space
for
World 2000 demo. That's what.
yeah, wow, they lied to us."
Which, coincidentally, I mean, it was funny that you could see a little bit of that. Not much at all, but a little bit of that when they announced Breath of the Wild. Because the Wii U 2012 tech demo for Zelda was this phenomenal looking thing.
Hmm.
It was. I still remember watching that and getting really excited back when the Wii U was
Oh
still in
yeah,
its
I
early
remember what
days.
you're talking about. Yeah, that
Yeah.
old Zelda thing.
Where it looked a lot like Twilight Princess, but with way
Hmm.
better textures. Um,
Uh, Actual colors.
right, right. It was somewhere between Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess, really. So it's very funny that Breath of the Wild in the end turned out so different to me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I like the way they went with Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, not
I
saying
I
it's a bad
thought
thing.
yeah.
it was really
They,
nice.
Nintendo isn't the. They're a weird company because they always stick to the same things: Mario, Zelda, Pokemon. But they do it kind of differently sometimes. Like they make games for games reasons.
Hmm.
It's weird. They're a weird mix of like stuck in their own area, but also they don't care what people say.
Hmm.
Like screw you, I'm gonna experiment anyway. Only if it's this thing. Yeah, it's Nintendo is a company I can't really wrap my brain around.
Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo, though, they also had their Indie World show today to announce a bunch of indie titles for
Yep.
Switch. There were a couple of neat things, like a Switch port of Hades by Supergiant. There was
Hmm.
also stuff like a co-op for Untitled Goose Game.
I did not hear about that part, but that's probably sounds like a hoot.
Yeah. Sounds like a
I'm,
honk.
I'm watching a trailer of one of these games right now, which I only the really the only thing I know about it is the concept
Mm-hmm.
and the art style,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
a
very silly.
yeah, it's a little game called Bear and Breakfast, which
Yes.
is a bed
Yeah.
and breakfast management simulator where you're also a bear.
Uh. So yeah, basically,
Gonna be a game of the year, not gonna lie.
yeah. Have you heard of Darkwood? It's like that. uh, it looks very cute.
Yeah, it
Kind of
does.
Canadian area, like kind of Canadian feeling.
Yeah, I would
A
definitely
little,
recommend looking that one up. Like out of all the indie world titles, the ones that were actually new, that was the one that stood out to me today.
mhm. And
What
it
else?
looks like you can make your own little like areas too, so it kind of has like that Sims element. I feel like.
Well, yeah, I mean, looks like you build the bed and breakfast. It's got that
Hmm.
management sim element to it. You have to get customers in there, remind them about the fact you're not a bear, presumably,
Yes.
even if you are
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
bear.
Make that persuasion check. I am not a bear. Natural 20.
Oh man.
uh, yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. We only have very little about it. You're a
Mhm.
bear, and you run a bed and breakfast.
It's a
And I
cute
presumably
idea.
think, I presumably think the business is in fact called Bear and Breakfast.
I hope.
Yeah, so maybe
It
you
is
can get
gonna
away with
be.
like, actually, I'm in a bear costume. That's the theme. But what they didn't know is I'm actually a real bear. Uh, and it looks like we're coming to the end of the list here.
Yeah.
Wow, we get to talk about last stream
Yeah.
and
So
about how I don't think Jordan's even done it.
yeah, so I gotta do something spoiler free here.
Yeah, we got to talk about it without talking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Uh,
mean, I suppose for the spoiler part, I could
we're
actually
not gonna
lead.
we're not gonna do a spoiler part. We're
We're
probably just
not.
gonna give our thoughts.
I,
Uh,
I'm. s- I still don't really want to hear too terribly much
Well,
about the ending
I'm
because I
not even
do.
gonna.
we're gonna do is talk about how great it is, and anyone who misses it is a big moron. Like, have you not
Ah,
done 5.3? Do you even
Ugh.
like narratives? Excuse me.
bruh.
So to summarize what we're
Not
talking about here, the
5.3
the
Final
first pa-
Fantasy
yeah the
4.
first patch for Final Fantasy 14 in 6 months released. Last week I streamed all of
Hmm.
it on the GamerZone. The main story quests at least. I haven't done
I
like
could
any of your
forgive
raid
you
and
if you
stuff.
didn't see it. I didn't either.
Hmm. Um, and yeah, it's really good.
It
I
is.
put this in the notes as a thing that's like I could talk about because I did the whole thing. Dean did the whole thing, and then I realized, wait, I need to do this spoiler free. Now here's the thing.
uh,
Spoiler free discussion of the end of an entire storyline arc is how do I put
Not
this?
possible.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna say, in fact,
if you want, I can say this can be like the end of my part on the stream.
No,
nah,
no. I
nah,
am instead going to
we're not
begin
booting you.
I am instead going to
Uh,
begin speaking in Morse code.
Yeah.
no, it's no problem, guys.
I know
No.
you really don't want to hear you really don't want to hear us to fuck up. It's like we're gonna say one thing, and it's like, wow, I can't believe Colonel Sanders was the final boss,
I
and
can't
then you're
believe
gonna,
you
Bruh.
just spoiled
oh
that, Dean.
fuck,
You
sorry
absolute
guys.
monster.
Like, no, we're intelligent. Most of us are intelligence. Uh,
Oh man.
so we're gonna actually do it. All we're gonna say is it's very good.
6 months. That was a long wait, and it was worth the wait.
Worth the wait. And what I really want to talk about is how they cleaned up the shitty parts of the game. A Realm Reborn.
Oh yeah.
I actually started playing an alt character just to see what they've changed. And they really gutted out the shit that you didn't need to play. So in Final Fantasy 14, they released 5.3, which was an update that overhauled basically everything before it and introduced the new story quest, which is obviously spoilers because it ends the Shadowbringers expansion.
Hmm.
Uh, and Realm Reborn being 2.0, the base game when you make a new character right now, It had a history of being slow and grindy and
Bloated.
not that great. Yeah, you don't get good gear from it. Everything's not consistent, and there's so many quests that are just literally kill 3 of these 3 different enemies.
Let me tell you my
Kill,
favorite quest,
yeah,
though.
kill
My
9
favorite
enemies.
quest
Yeah.
in the game, prior to the patch, was the one where you had to pick up a bucket, set the bucket down in the river,
Gridania.
tip the bucket over, watch it fill with water, pull the bucket up out of the river, and then
And then put it back to where you got it from.
yeah. These and each step of this quest, by the way,
Like
has
a 2-second timer.
no, it was like 30 seconds between each
It
step.
wasn't. It was not 30 seconds.
Between it, okay,
It was. It was. I think it was a 5-second progress bar, but that's still super dumb for a very menial thing, and I think they make fun of it in like Stormblood.
they make fun of a lot of things, even in Realm Reborn, that they were like,
Hmm.
yeah, we know this is tedious.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, there's a level in Halo Combat Evolved called the Library that is notorious for just being an endless repeating series of hallways filled with flood. One of the chapter titles in that area is, but wait, it gets worse. And it's like, okay, I get it. This is what you had to do, not what you wanted to do. You're laughing at that. That doesn't make it any better. It really doesn't.
But yeah, I don't know why this was on the show notes. Talk about Final Fantasy. We just wanted to say, play the game. It's fun. If you like WoW,
Wow.
if you like World of Warcraft, but you don't like World of Warcraft right now,
Give it
feel
a
free to
go.
give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Also, I think isn't there like
Become a refugee.
going to be starting soon? Isn't it the York?
Yeah,
Yokai?
Yokai event
yeah.
coming from the Yokai Watch, I think, right?
Yeah, Yokai Watch. They're bringing that event back with new items and stuff.
And it's gonna last until 5.4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what to expect from it.
But
But their events have been pretty fun.
Yeah, their events have been really fun lately. All right, well, gents, we're getting, pretty close to the end here. Jordan, I'm afraid we haven't had as much for you to talk about, which means that the next time we do one of these shows, we're going to dedicate it to nothing but cowboy discussion.
And by that I mean we're gonna have you on and talk
Yeehaw,
about things,
filler. That's all
and
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
say
talk
about
about things you don't know about, and maybe one thing you do know about.
Let's just have a show where we talk about Trigun.
I want to have a show where we talk about Xenoverse too.
Hmm.
Xenoverse 2. No. Oh,
So, Jordan, since the viewers have been deprived of your knowledge, what do you have to say? What do you have to say for yourself?
howdy, partner.
This
See.
has been Jordan from the GamerZone. And now you must, just because he included his famous catchphrase, you're going to have to, I don't know, what do people do on Twitch?
Poggers!
No, don't end the stream like that. Do not end the stream. No, he's
Sorry,
gone.
idiot!
Jordan.
Is the evil away yet?
He couldn't hear you disconnect from the call from that heresy. But yeah, we have officially ran out of the topics, and we're now just padding for time. I don't know why we're padding. We're not getting paid for this.
Yeah,
He's not getting paid for this.
Yeah, Jordan.
bro. Anyhow, I guess I might end up having to leave before the evil returns.
Nah, I think we're just wrapping up.
Yeah, we're wrapping up now.
Cool.
You two can say your goodbyes, and then I will press that crazy button.
Press the button right now. Do it. Do it.
That'll do, pig.
Press it.
That'll...
Press it.
All
Twirl
right,
for me.
ladies and gents, y'all have a good week, and I'll see you around
See ya.
on the Gamer Zone.